Queen Victoria ruled from June 20, 1837 to January 22, 1901, making her the second longest reigning monarch in Britain. To many she is thought of as a dour, rigid monarch, perhaps because she is oftentimes seen dressed in black and with a downturned expression in her portraits. However, the real queen was engaged with her work and remained interested in her subjects across the globe for over 63 years. Queen Victoria presided over a time of industrial expansion, educational advances, the abolition of slavery and workers' welfare. She epitomized the values of the era and carved out a new role for the monarchy. Queen Victoria is associated with Britain's great age of industrial expansion, economic progress and, especially, empire. At her death, it was said, Britain had a worldwide empire on which the sun never set. Queen Victoria was the matriarch of the British Empire during her 63-year reign, a length surpassed only by our current Queen. Victoria presided over the social and industrial transformation of Britain, as well as expansion of the empire. Victoria wasn't expected to rule. Born on May 24, 1819 at Kensington Palace, she began life fifth in line to the throne. Her father, Prince Edward, and grandfather, King George III, both died the following year, after which her uncle, George IV, acceded to the throne. She became heir presumptive to her next surviving uncle, William IV, who ruled from 1830. However, he lacked an heir as his four legitimate children died during infancy. One of history's most iconic queens, Victoria was an era-defining figure whose fascinating life continues to inspire storytellers today. While you've surely heard of the long-reigning British monarch, there's plenty about Victoria that will still surprise you. As the Queen of England during Britain's imperial height, Queen Victoria inspired the title of everything from lakes on mountains to cities across what was then the Empire. From the 33 Victoria Roads in the United Kingdom to Victoria Park in Bhavnagar, India and 2 Mount Victorias in New Zealand, her name lives on all over the world. Popular monarch, Queen Victoria was widely loved and respected by her subjects. Her image as a devoted wife and mother, combined with her personal tragedies, such as the early death of her husband, Prince Albert, and the loss of several children, created a sense of empathy and relatability among the public. This popularity and the sentiment of the era contributed to her reputation as a great monarch, symbol of an era. Queen Victoria's reign is often associated with the Victorian era, a period characterized by strict social etiquette, industrial progress, and imperial expansion. Her name became synonymous with an entire epoch in history, and her reign is often viewed as a defining era in British and world history. Stability and social progress. Queen Victoria was known for promoting stability and social progress within the United Kingdom. Her reign witnessed numerous reforms, including improvements in workers' rights, education, and public health. She also played a role in advancing the position of women, albeit within certain limits of the time. Cultural influence. The Victorian era was marked by a flourishing of arts, literature, and culture. It saw the rise of renowned authors such as Charles Dickens, the Bronte sisters, and Oscar Wilde. Among others, Queen Victoria's own tastes and interests, including her patronage of the arts, contributed to the cultural achievements of the era. National identity and symbolism. Queen Victoria's reign became closely associated with the sense of national identity and patriotism in Britain. Her image as the embodiment of traditional values, family, and empire resonated with the British population. The phrase Victorian values is often used to refer to the moral and social attitudes of the time. It is important to note that while Queen Victoria is widely respected for her achievements and the impact of her reign, assessments of her greatness can vary, and there are also criticisms of certain aspects of her rule, such as her resistance to political reforms and limited engagement with public affairs later in her reign.